Okay, we're here with my good friend Brian, and we're going to be chasing him in his nice fancy Z06, highly modified, but we're not going to get into that. So we're going to talk quickly about tire fitment. So as you can see, Brian set up his stock, and he's on the fin spokes. His C5Z wheels are currently being changed. I'm on my Ford Stars with wide body front and rear. So the front, as you can see, as you get closer, you can see how they're tucked in. They're the offset of a regular C5. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change them to my C6Z wheels, and we'll do another quick shoot, and you see how they look like. And since we got Brian's wheels here, we're gonna put on the rear C5Z on the other side, so you can get a quick look at how it looks like. So this way you get an idea of the spacing. Cheers. Okay, we don't have a lot of time to play with the cameras and stuff and whatever. We got to get the cars ready to go out on track. But let's have a look at the C6Z wheels and how they look like on the car. Now, keep in mind the rears, like they are OEMs. I'm running a 12 mil spacer on the rear. So let's take a look. And you see it's not exactly at the edge. You can go up to 3/4 of an inch and up to an inch with C6 OEM wheels. If you want to get them flush with the fender, so 3/4 inch to 1 full inch, but you're gonna have to run some longer studs from ARP or whatever to get them to fit properly. But yeah, so I'm running a 12 mil spacer just because I got a couple different configurations and I can't go any bigger than that because I have to cut my studs for the other wheels I have. Look how they look like. Now let's take a look at the front. So the front, there's no spacer, no nothing. They just fit directly on. And this is what they look like. So they definitely fill in the gap of roughly the inch of what the front fender flares are compared to my Ford Stars. Mind you, my Ford Stars, like I said, are regular C5 spec. So the offset is made for a C5, not like the C6 wheels, which are going to poke out a little more. Now I wish I had more time to do more of a video to show you your footprint and how much it actually comes out in the front and rear, so you get an idea what it looks like. But anyhow, most cost-effective, if anyone's going to run fender flares front and back, cost-effective way is really to go with the OEM wheel, C6 OEM wheel, or C5Z in the front. And if you could get the replica C5Z for the rear, we used to make them back in, I think it stopped in 2005. I'm lucky enough to have a set, and that's a nice match as well. I unfortunately don't have them here to show you guys what it would look like, but overall you guys should get the idea. So let's do a flash shot. And they still look great. So yeah, gonna finish torquing these down. We're gonna get on track, shoot some video on track. We're gonna be chasing some fools around. I'm gonna be chasing this guy around. Well, let's see what's going on here. Definitely a lot of fast guys here today, so it's gonna be a great day. Okay guys, let's take a quick look at how a C5Z rear wheel looks like up front with the Corvette Creations 1-inch fender flare. And it actually fills in the gap really, really well. As does the C6Z OEM wheel. And if we were to compare it to a C5 offset, which my Ford Stars are, it's kind of hard to tell because they're black, but they are recessed in. not that much. I mean, it still does look good, but the C5Z wheel and the C6Z wheel definitely fill it out much better. So that's it, guys. So if you guys decide to run this configuration with either the Corvette Creations 2-inch rear flare and the front flare, probably the most cost-effective way is to go with a C6Z wheel or a C6 Grand Sport wheel. You have to run either hub-centric spacer or a wheel adapter out in the back. And there's a whole bunch of threads on how to do that and so on and so forth. It's not very hard. And it's going to be, great setup. And you don't have to worry about suspension issues or anything like that. Where I don't recommend, if you decide to go with the C5Z wheel, that out back, you'd have to run too much of a big spacer. And that could put a lot of pressure on your bearing, your tie rods, and that sort of thing. So anyways, that's it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.